You are watching WPTV.
Welcome back to the desk. We have Steve, Josh, Steve, and Joe here, heating up the ice with some of the biggest stories in the NHL. My father's favorite block. Yes. Let's start with the Devils. They fired Coach John Hynes last week. Steve, who's to blame, Hynes or the players?
All right, I'm going to go with John Hynes here. I wasn't really a fan of him when he got hired by the Devils, and clearly the results have not showed. Really only one playoff berth. I really can't blame the players because the Devils do have a lot of talent and a lot of youth. You look at they've had 2 first overall picks in the past 3 years with Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier, who they just re-signed. They have a literal superstar in Taylor Hall. Then they have a lot of other great guys like a Kyle Palmieri. Nothing was translating to wins, and that's where it starts with the coaching staff. You really can't. It's not hard to get rid of a player, so it is hard to get rid of a coach. But I think Hynes was clearly the man that was in the wrong here.
Josh,
I'm going to have to disagree with you. Talk about all this talent, right? You have PK Subban, one of the best defensemen, or supposed to be the best defenseman. 5 points this season, only 5. Plus minus right now, he's minus 15.
It's embarrassing.
The captain of the New Jersey Devils, Andy Green, has 4 points. Only the 4 assists.
Just the Devils, I guess.
2 players on the New Jersey Devils, 2 have a positive plus minus rating. 2 of them are just at 0 flat. Everyone else in the negatives. So I don't know if you can really blame the coach at this point. The players are not connecting well. They're just not, they just don't have that good chemistry yet, I feel.
It kind of seemed like the coach gave up, though. When the rumors started to come out, he really didn't.
Right. I mean, but look at last year. He led him to the wild card. No one really expected it. Taylor Hall had a fantastic season.
MVP.
Yeah. But I mean, 2 years ago. Sorry about that. 2 years ago, last season they fell short just because of Hall's injury. Yeah. And now this season you have Hughes adding to the mix, and you're telling me you can't get back to that wild card with a healthy Hall and a healthy team and a PK Subban?
Yeah.
Joe,
right.
what are you looking at?
Well, you know what? Hynes really had a terrible start to the season, and the team itself. You know what? I'm gonna be like, it's both. It's both the coach and the players.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Coach, because Hynes, unfortunately, did not do a really good job with the front office as well. You know, players leading, scratching guys, lineups changes, really didn't go as well. But the players acquired PK Subban, Wayne Simmonds, got Gusev from the Golden Knights. You have Palmieri, you have Blackwood, you have Butcher, you have Hughes, you have Nico Hischier. You have this great, talented team. And we got PK Subban.
And speaking of Palmieri, he's the leading goal scorer right now with only 11 goals.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
And we acquired PK Subban, and he's doing enough for us. The only thing we got Lindsey Vonn. The only thing he brought to New Jersey.
Joe, so you're going both. That's a very Swiss answer for you there.
It's like the defense.
It's a little out of character. Steve, what do you got?
I got to break the tie, I guess.
Yeah, you have to.
There's one for each thing. I'm going to stick with the dude that's the same name as me, Steve. I'm going to agree with him.
Love
John Hynes, man, he's the problem. He was toxic to this team. Like he said, he gave up towards the end. He gave up.
Yeah, but now they're the replacement, and they still are under 500 with their new coach. So, I mean, are we just going to fire him next too?
I'm not saying the players are good, but John Hynes was worse.
6-game skid.
It was his team. It was his responsibility. You can't blame the players for everything.
The coach has to put in a good
Exactly.
system.
The coach. Exactly. He's the leader of the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve, we'll keep it with you. The Calder Trophy. Yeah, you
cool.
This Steve, not that Steve.
Oh, look at that.
The Calder Trophy is given out to the Rookie of the Year. Steve, who's your Rookie of the Year?
Not giving up on my Devils yet. I'm going with Jack Hughes. Yes. All right. He's young. It's early. I still have faith in Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes he's been doing okay. He's been doing decent, but not the best of his ability yet. I feel like if he can carry this team to a playoff win, he'll definitely get it, but he has 4 goals on the season so far. He has 8 assists. His plus minus is -7. His penalty minutes is 6, and games played is 27. If he can carry this team to the playoffs and to a winning record, I feel like he can get this award.
Playoffs? The Devils?
You never know.
Get out of
Josh,
here.
who do
You gotta believe.
I'm going to go with his brother, Quinn Hughes, who's doing much better so far. He's got 22 assists. He's got 2 goals on the year. This man is on pace for 55 assists, maybe a little bit more.
That's insane.
That beats out Brian Leetch, one of the greatest Rangers of all time. That beats out Lindstrom. He's going to almost break the all-time defensive assist record in one season. He's also going to be top 10 if he keeps it up in points as a rookie.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy for anyone to do. I mean, this is a next-generation player we're going to see. He is going to be the superstar in Vancouver for a long time coming. Right now, the leader of all time in rookie defensemen is Larry King. He played for the Los Angeles Kings. Sorry, Larry Murphy, my bad. Okay. Almost mixed up. But Larry Murphy played for the Kings in the 80s. He has 70 assists. So,
wow.
Joe, you're the Rookie of the block. Who's your Rookie of the Year?
My Rookie of the Year, I know the season's early, but I'm going to go with Victor Olofsson, the 24-year-old from the Buffalo Sabres. Guy's got 13 goals, 16 assists. His plus minus is 6. Penalties box is 4. He's played 13 games this season. Listen, he's on a Buffalo team that's really hot right now in the Atlantic Division. He leads all rookies in the Atlantic Division. Guy's playing next to Jack Eichel, who's another great guy. But listen, he's just created a big impact on the ice. You know, and he's only a rookie too. You know, not a lot of rookies can say they can go fast and make an impact on the team, and he's doing just that this season.
Steve, round us out.
A lot of great youth in the NHL today. I'm going to go with Cal McCarr of the Avalanche. You take a look at his numbers, 8 goals on the year. That's double what Jack Hughes has, and he was the first overall pick, I believe. 20 assists, a positive +10, ±, 0 penalty minutes, and he's played 29 games. The youth on this kid is insane. He was the 4th overall pick in 2018. His potential is through the roof. He plays with such heart. He's going to be a staple for this Avalanche team that's really growing in the years to come, and I'm so excited to see him play.
He's a next generational talent.
He's so good.
He's going to be one of the best defensemen.
McCarr is definitely a consistent force for the Avalanche. You know who's inconsistent? The New York Rangers. They look great. They look great one day. They look bad the next. Josh, are they a good team?
You couldn't put the words together any perfectly because one day they look like they're a superstar. You know, they had a great win last night, 6-3 against the Sharks, and then they go play a bad team, and then they get blown out. Here's their record right now. They're 16, 12-3. They're kind of like on that brink of a wild card. They're still a few points back, but you know they need to come together as a team to work it out. Their shots against. This is what I want to talk about. They're letting up 35 shots per game. That's 30th in the league. That's just one worse than the
worst.
Yes, exactly. The power play is getting a little bit better. I know in the beginning of the season it wasn't as good. Now it's in the top 10. So the Rangers could fix that shots against per game. Lundqvist can get maybe back in a good groove. Grigoriev needs to stay hot. The Rangers might have a small shot at a wild card, but I still see them as not making it.
Steve, what are you looking at here?
I think they're a good team. I really do. I love the players that they've assembled on this roster. John Davidson has done an amazing job. Artemi Panarin, whoa.
Guy's great.
He's so good. Mika Zibanejad as well. There's a lot of youth on the team. Capo Kakko. I like that they're working in Alexander Georgiev more. Lundqvist is starting to fade out. David Quinn, he's got to step it up, though.
Right.
He was hired to coach one of the biggest franchises in the NHL, one of the biggest franchises in the world. He's got to set up a good system there, get these players conditioned, get this defense going, get this offense more on fire, and the Rangers will make the playoffs.
Burning question right now. Do the two Steves agree? Clarke, what do you think?
Not this time, buddy. I'm sorry. Well, they're not good. I don't think they're that good. No, I don't think they're winning. They're barely winning their games, in my opinion. They're just above 500. The record doesn't show. They should be under 500 right now.
Okay.
But they're winning by like 1 or 2 goals each game. I just don't see them.
A win's a win.
You're right. You're right.
Great
A win's a win, but I just don't see them contending when the games actually start to count more towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
So I don't have faith in them right now.
Joe, round us out.
Rangers, young talented team, definitely agree. But this story of the season, they've been so inconsistent.
Yeah.
One night the offense there, that same night defense not there. Defense is there, offense is not there. All right, but really they're not going to make a wild card. Even if they think they're going to make a push for it, the Penguins are ahead of them, the Flyers, the Canes. It's just a tough Metropolitan division. And you know what, the Rangers, I really don't think it's going to be a great. Give it a couple years, but as of right now, no, they don't have an identity right now.
Fellas, that's all for the rink. After the break, we'll lace up with the NBA crew in our last segment of 2019. Keep it locked.